Dear students, in previous class we started to discuss about some macroeconomic identities. In that already we discussed about GDP, gross domestic product. So meaning of that, so GDP is the aggregate value of all final goods and services produced within the country during a year, and also in other words, we can say like that the total money value of all final goods and services produced within the country by the nationals of the country and by the foreign nationals staying in the country during a year. And also we discussed about GDP does not consider the value of goods and services produced by the nationals working in foreign countries. Okay, those who are belongs to our country but they are working in other countries, so what they are producing, what they are earning, that is not including into national income. Okay, and this means it ignores the value of goods and services produced by non-resident Indian working in foreign countries. So those who are belongs to our country but they are working in other country, that is not including into national income like domestic product. So those who are working and those who are working in our country but is belongs to foreign country, that time that is only considered as domestic product. Okay, that is gross domestic product. A person who are belongs to our country working in other countries, that is not considered as a GDP, gross domestic product. But the same person, suppose in the same other country people working in our country, what they have produced, what they are earning income and what they produce, that is called only gross domestic product. To calculate of gross domestic product, there is a formula, that is C plus I plus G plus net X. Don't forget, a person those who are belongs to our country is working in other countries, that is not calculating into national income or that is not considered as GDP. Okay, in the same, if other countries people working in our country, so what they are produced, that should be calculated into GDP. Okay, here we should ignore the produced by our country people worked in other countries, or people worked in other countries, what they produced, we should ignore that one, and other countries people working in our country, what they produced, that is considered as gross domestic product. So here C means gross final consumption expenditure, I means gross private sector investment, G means government's consumption and investment expenditure, and net X, that is X minus M, exports, where value of export is higher than the value of imports, Okay, and next, second important economic identity, that is gross national product. So gross national product is nothing but it is the aggregate money value of all final goods and services produced by a country in a year. GNP, gross national product, is the aggregate money value of all final goods and services produced by a country in a year. In other words, we can say like that, it is the aggregate money value of all final goods and services produced by a country in a year, including net income from abroad. What is the meaning of net income from abroad? That is, we can say like that, NFIA. So here the macroeconomic variable which takes into account such additions and subtractions. We should add GDP. We should add GDP to calculate. We should add GDP to calculate GNP plus which one? NFIA, net factor income from abroad. See, to calculate of GNP, we should add or we should calculate GDP plus, that is addition, net factor income from abroad, and we should subtract which one? Factor income earned by the factors of production of the rest of the world employed in the domestic economy. That means when our country people working in other countries and what they earn in the form of rent, wages, Okay, salaries, that is interest and profit, what they earned in other countries, those who belongs to our country, we should calculate that is only into national income. So that is we can call like net factor income received from abroad, and when other country people working in our country, what they earned in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit, that is not considered as national income, because they are not earning, that means they are not receiving, because we are paying to other countries. What they earn, we have to pay the money into other countries in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit. So that is we have to deduct, that is factor income earned by the factors of production employed in the rest of the world. When our country people working in other countries and what they earn in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit, so that should be calculated in the national income, that is called net factor income from abroad. And we should deduct which one, factor income earned by the factors of production of the rest of the world employed in the domestic economy. We should pay for to whom we have to pay, those who are working in our country, those who are working in other country, and what they are earning in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit, that is not included into national income, that should be not considered as GNP. To calculate of GNP, we should add the GDP, those who are working within our country, okay, within our country, and that is plus factor income earned by the domestic factors of production, that is earned by the domestic factors of production employed in the rest of the world, those who are working in other countries, and what they earn in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit, that should be considered as GNP. Through that only we can calculate. Suppose if the other people countries are working in our country, for them we have to pay, that time our country income will goes to other country, that we should deduct, that one only, that is minus. And we should add which one, to into GDP we should add which one, net factor income from abroad, that is factor income earned by the domestic factors of production employed in the rest of the world. Domestic factors of production means our people working in our other countries, and factor income earned by the factors of production of the rest of the world employed in the domestic economy. So here what we are earning within our economy, like what the people are earning within our country, but there belongs to other countries, that people are belongs to other countries, that time that is not including into national income, that is not calculated into GNP. So GNP we have to add factor income earned by the domestic factors of production working in other countries. We should calculate only that, what we are earning, what we are receiving from other countries in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit, and we should deduct the people, those who are working in our country, that there belongs to other country, for them what we have to pay, rent, wages, interest and profit, that should be ignored, that should be deduct, because that money will goes to other countries. So we should deduct that one only, and we should calculate only our country people working in other countries and what they earned in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit, that is only we should calculate into GNP. Okay, so here NFIA is nothing but differences between the factor income earned by from abroad. Okay, income earned from abroad, factor income earned from abroad by normal residents of a country, and the factor income earned by non-resident in domestic territory of the country. It is differences between, don't forget, the factor income earned from abroad, the factor income earned from abroad by normal residents, that is the person belongs to our country working in another country, what he is earning, that is only we can call like factor income earned from abroad. And the factor income earned by non-resident, those who are not belongs to our country but is working in our country, in the domestic economy, but he is earning which one in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit. So this one we should not calculate into GNP. We should calculate only those who are working in other countries and what they earned using our domestic production factors of production, factors of production they are using in other countries. So that time what they earned in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit, that should be calculated into national income. Okay, so suppose example we can say like that, profit earned by the branches of SBI, because SBI is a country, when the SBI branch working in other countries, that time if it is earn any profit, that time it is the part of domestic income, but it is a part of the, which one, it is not a part of the domestic income. It is not part of the domestic income because the SBI branch is working in other country. That is calculating into national income. But it is not calculating into domestic product. Are you understanding? That means a person, those who are belongs to our country, working in other countries, and what he is earning in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit, that is considered into GNP. Okay, the same situation when other country people working in our country, so what he is earning in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit, that should not be calculated into GNP. We should ignore or we should deduct that which one, what he is earning or what we are paid to other countries. We should ignore that, we should deduct that. So anyhow, NFIA, net factor income from abroad. So when our country factors of production using in other countries working by the people, so what they earned, that is only we can calculate into which one, GNP, to calculate into GNP. So this is which one, gross national product. Next, net domestic product, NDP. By deducting depreciation cost from GDP, easily we can get NDP. By deducting depreciation cost means wear and tear of capital. So deducting the value of assets, decreasing value of assets. When the machineries, example like machineries are using, definitely we should pay, that is which one, for wear and tear, for the sake of service and for the sake of replacement of any instrument, some necessary things. So that is called as depreciation cost. So by deducting depreciation cost from GDP, we can get the NDP. So aggregate value of goods and services produced within the domestic territory of a country, which does not include the depreciation of capital stock. That means what we are produced within the economy, and we should deduct the depreciation, that time only we can get NDP. But including depreciation, we can get the GDP. Are you understanding? GDP is the same answer, but when we should deduct the depreciation cost in GDP, that time only we can get net domestic product. So GDP we can get when we should include the depreciation. Okay, GDP can be calculated using or including the depreciation, but NDP we can get deducting the depreciation. Okay, that is net domestic product. Then net national product, that is NNP. Are you clear about net domestic product? Net domestic product means to get off net domestic product, the same, but we should deduct the depreciation. Otherwise, we should calculate like a double counting, because what we are expensing on old and worn out machineries. Okay, for the replacement. So what we are expensing, that is also should be calculating into national income. That time we cannot get a clear picture of national income. That's why we should deduct or we should ignore the depreciation, what we are expensing for replacement or old and worn out machineries. So we have to deduct that one. So to deduct, we can say like that, depreciation. Out of GDP, we should deduct the depreciation. That time only we can get the net domestic product. Then net national product, it is another important macroeconomic identity. So that is net national product means, that is by deducting depreciation charges. Same, by deducting depreciation charges from GNP. Net domestic out of GDP, net national product out of GNP. So to get of NNP out of GNP, we should deduct the depreciation. We should deduct the depreciation. So that is only we can call like net national product. Net national product. So the net national product at the factor cost, at the market price, how it should be? See, net national product at factor cost. Okay, NNP at FC. FC means factor cost. Okay, so factor cost means expenses on factors of production, right? So here the NNP at factor cost is the sum of income earned. The NNP at factor, NNP net national product at factor is the sum of income earned by all factors in the production. All factors of production: land, labor, capital, organization. All factors in the production in the form of wages. Wages, what for? Labor. Profit, what for? Organization. Rent, what for? Land. And interest, what for? Capital. So this belongs to a country during a year. Once again I repeat, the NNP at factor. So factor cost means expenses incurred on production of a commodity, but here factor cost means expenses incurred on a production of a commodity in the form of land, labor, capital, organization. That is factor cost. So here how we can calculate the NNP at the year cost should be expenditure should be equals to income. Don't forget, already explained while explaining about the calculating methods. Okay, so product method, income method, expenditure method. Under the income method, I explained the expenditure should be equals to income. Here the NNP net national product at factor is the sum of income earned by all factors in the production. All factors: land, labor, capital, organization. For using of land, they will get rent. For using of labor, they will get wages. For using of capital, they will get interest. For using of organization, they will get profit. So this is called as net national product. So net national product at factor is the sum of income. So what they earned using their which one? Factor services: land, labor, capital, organization. So it is also known as national income. We need to add subsidies to net national product. We should add the subsidies. Subsidies means that is provided by the government. Subsidy means provided by the government. What for? See, subsidies granted by the government on the prices of some commodities. Subsidies granted by the government on the prices of some commodities. For example, gas, petroleum products. For that, the government providing a subsidy. Okay, we should add the subsidy and we should deduct the indirect tax. We should deduct the indirect tax. What is the meaning of indirect tax? That is sales tax, excise duty, then custom duties. We should deduct. We should deduct the which one? Indirect taxes from NNP. What we are paying for excise duty. Excess duty means that is what we are producing within the country, goods and services, and we should deduct the indirect tax like custom duty, then estate duty, excise duty, and custom duty. Custom duty means when we are receiving other country goods and services in our country, that time also we should pay tax. And what we have produced within our country for the goods and services, for that also we have to pay. That is called as excise duty. Okay. And so we have to deduct all these things what we are paying in the name of indirect tax. So we have to deduct all these things. We should calculate only which one? Subsidies. See, that's why to get off NNP at FC, you can see here NNP at FC factor cost, NNP at market prices minus indirect tax. We should deduct the indirect tax plus we should add subsidies. NNP at market prices minus net indirect taxes. Okay, indirect taxes minus subsidy. Net indirect taxes identity to indirect taxes. Okay, just clarify here. NNP at FC equal NNP at market prices. We should calculate the NNP at market prices. On that time we should deduct the indirect taxes what we paid, and we should add only subsidies. Subsidies means that is provided or granted by the government on the prices of some commodities. Prices of some commodities. Okay, so indirect taxes I already explained. Now in the place of indirect taxes like sales tax, excise duty, then custom duties, then we are introduced now GST. Okay, in the place of excise duty, sales tax, custom duty, for all this we introduced only GST. Okay, so here to calculate of net national product at factor cost, that is, see, NNP at market prices minus indirect tax. We should deduct the indirect tax and we should add subsidy. At the same thing, to get off NNP at MP. MP means market prices. We should deduct the net indirect tax. We should deduct the net indirect tax. Even minus, we should deduct the subsidy. Why? To get off market price. NNP at market prices. NNP at market prices. That is also we should deduct. Okay, so this is called as net national product. This is called as net national product. Then next one is personal income. Next one is personal income. So what is the personal income? The income earned by an individual during the given period of time. The income earned by an individual, during the given period of time. Otherwise, in other words, we can say like that: personal income is that part of national income of a country which is received by people or households. So by doing work, what they earn, what they are earning, that is called only personal income in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit. That is called as personal income. Once again I repeat, personal income is the part of national income of a country. Okay, in the country all the people are receiving income in the form of salary, wages, interest, profit, okay, rent, like this only. These are all called as personal income. So personal income is that part of national income of a country which is received by people or households. What for? So when they are working, when they are providing the services, for that they will get different, like all the people are not doing same thing. So people are doing different works. Few are earning rent, few are earning wages, few are earning interest, few are earning profit, like this. So what they are receiving, that is called only personal income. Personal income is nothing but income earned by an individual during the given period of time. Otherwise, personal income is that part of national income of a country which is received by people or households. Why? When they are working, definitely they will get. To calculate this one, so GNP, out of GNP we should deduct the undistributed profit. Undistributed profit means, what is that? That is, a part of profit is not distributed among the factors of production. Okay, undistributed profit means a part of profit is not distributed among the factors of production. That's why we should ignore that one. We should deduct that one, because that is undistributed profit. Name only is there, undistributed, because when it is undistributed, that is not considered as personal income. Okay, and we should deduct the net interest payments made by the households. Net interest payments made by the households. Net interest, that is, we can say like that, total. Okay, so net interest made by the households, that is not calculating into which one? Personal income. And we should deduct the corporate tax. Corporate tax means this should be levied on income of companies. Okay, income of the companies, not an individual. So income of the individual, what we are levied, that is called income tax. So income of the firms or industries, that is called corporate tax. Each and every company should pay tax to the government on their income, on their profit. That is called only corporate tax. That is also we should deduct to calculate of personal income. And minus transfer payments. Transfer payments is nothing but, so the payment made by a person, payments made by a person or a firm or a government to another person. Transfer payment is nothing but payments made by a person or a firm or a government to another person or to another firm or another government without expecting any returns. For example, tax. So definitely person also should pay tax, company also should pay tax. Even subsidies, the government will provide subsidy without expecting anything in the, like on a few price of goods and services. For example, gas, okay, LPG, what they are providing, and that the government will giving the subsidy. And pension, the government providing pension to old age people. So is there is there possible to expecting anything from old age people? No. So government providing the which one, pension for old age people, and also widow pension, and also providing scholarships for the studies for to like students. So these are all called as transfer payments. So this is also we should deduct. That should be income, but that is not calculating into personal income. Okay, we should deduct the personal income, we should deduct the transfer payment, corporate tax, and net interest payment made by the households, and undistributed. What purpose? To get off personal income. To get off personal income, we should deduct in GNP. What are that? Undistributed profit. Undistributed profit means a part of profit which is not distributed among the factors of production. And also we should deduct net interest payments made by households. And also we should deduct corporate tax. Corporate tax means that is the tax levied on income of companies or firms or industries, okay, that should be deduct. And we should deduct the transfer payments made by the government or a person or a firm to another person, to another firm, or to another government. Okay, so what they are providing, that should not be calculated into personal income. For example, old age pension, for example subsidy, for example widow pension, for example scholarship, this considered as a income but not considered as a personal income. Okay, we should deduct that one out of GNP. We have to deduct, that time only we can get the personal income. Okay, and last macroeconomic identity is personal disposable income. So the meaning of personal disposable income is the actual income which can be spent on consumption. Which can be spent on consumption after deducting indirect taxes is called personal disposable income. In other words, we can say like that, it is the part of aggregate income which belongs to the households. They may decide to consume a part of it and save the rest. So, and clearly we can say like that, personal disposable income is part of the aggregate income, which belongs to the households. In other words, we can say like that, which can be spent, the actual income which can be spent on consumption after deducting direct taxes. So after payment made by the people to the government in the name of tax, what they are having, they are considered, that is only considered as personal disposable income after pay or payment made by the people. So after paid to the government in the name of tax, what they are having remaining, that is called only personal disposable income. Once again I repeat, actual income which can be spent on consumption, after deducting direct taxes, after paid in the name of tax to the government, what they are having, that is remaining, that is called only personal disposable income. After payment to the government in the name of tax, so what they are having income, that is called only personal disposable income. So that is also one of the most important macroeconomic identity. To calculate of personal disposable income, there is a formula, that is personal disposable income identity, that is personal income minus personal tax payments, minus non-tax payments, that is non-tax payments minus personal tax payments. We should pay tax. After that, what we have income, that is called only personal disposable income. So after payment, after payment of the personal income, after payment of the personal income, so what we have, that is called only which one, national personal disposable income, personal disposable income. So personal disposable income is nothing but after payment made to the government by the people in the name of tax, what they are having remaining, that is called only personal disposable income, personal disposable income. So after deducting the direct tax, what we are having, that is called only personal disposable income. Okay, up to this macroeconomic identities. Thank you.